Welcome to our college briefing program. Today, we've got some exciting news about students in Hong Kong. Over 90% of students from 4 mainland Chinese schools in Hong Kong met university entrance requirements in the DSE exams, far above the city's average of just 38%. These schools, acting as exam centers, are smashing success rates, with some topping 90%. Top students even scored offers from prestigious universities like Cambridge and HKU, showing how the DSE curriculum is gaining popularity thanks to its flexibility and cultural exposure. Please continue to watch for more details. Next, we're diving into some heartfelt discussions about supporting men under silent stress, innovative eco-ideas, and some serious international tensions. In Hong Kong, societal expectations often pressure men to hide their emotions, making mental health support crucial. Meanwhile, in China, there's exciting talk about harnessing hydropower with paddle turbines on the Yarlung Tsangpo River, a smart, eco-friendly energy solution. And on the global stage, fears of Beijing's influence are causing self-censorship among UK academics, impacting China studies, while tragic news from Japan reminds us of the dangers in boxing, with 2 young fighters losing their lives after injuries in the ring. Please stay tuned for more insights. Finally, there's a mix of inspiring achievements and troubling events around the world. U.S. gymnast Asher Hong has claimed his second national title, showcasing incredible power and skill, even with a rare mistake. On the darker side, protests in London against the ban on Palestine action led to nearly 500 arrests, highlighting ongoing conflicts and political tensions. Meanwhile, in Georgia, a meteor older than Earth itself crashed into a home, reminding us of the universe's mysteries. And in Canada, the arrest of a most wanted fugitive at Montreal Airport shows how law enforcement continues to protect us. Thanks for joining us today. Please continue to watch for more detailed stories. According to the South China Morning Post, an impressive milestone has been achieved by 4 Hong Kong-based mainland schools, where over 90% of their students met the minimum university entry requirements in the local Diploma of Secondary Education (DSE) exams. These schools, uniquely authorized by the Hong Kong Examinations and Assessment Authority, serve as pivotal gateways for students in the Greater Bay Area to access higher education opportunities in Hong Kong, Macau, and beyond. The achievement starkly contrasts with the citywide average pass rate of just 38%, highlighting the effectiveness of these institutions' curriculum. Notable students like Frank Wong Junwei, who scored level 5 or higher in all core subjects and received offers from prestigious universities such as Cambridge and Imperial College, exemplify the success stories stemming from this pathway. The school's expansion plans, driven by rising demand and the appeal of the flexible DSE curriculum, underscore a significant shift in educational choices for Hong Kong families in mainland China, offering a culturally familiar yet academically rigorous alternative to traditional mainland exams like the Gaokao. The South China Morning Post also sheds light on the broader implications of these developments, with school officials and political figures emphasizing the growing demand for the DSE curriculum as a culturally resonant and less pressurized option for Hong Kong students living in mainland China. This trend is reflected in the increasing student applications and the school's plans to expand enrollment significantly over the coming years. The narrative of students like Abigail Lau Sinfei, who transitioned from studying in Britain to the Guangzhou School and secured multiple offers from universities across Hong Kong, the UK, and Australia, illustrates the curriculum's versatility and appeal. Educational leaders see the DSE as a vital bridge connecting Hong Kong's unique cultural identity with the mainland's educational landscape, providing a practical and culturally sensitive alternative to the highly competitive and pressure-laden Gaokao system. Meanwhile, the South China Morning Post's other articles delve into societal issues and international concerns. One piece discusses the silent struggles of men facing mental health challenges, emphasizing the importance of active listening and emotional support within families. Another highlights the dangers of turning sexual harassment cases into online spectacles, advocating for justice through proper legal procedures rather than social media outrage. An article on the evolution of smart toilets suggests integrating health-promoting features to reduce prolonged sitting, reflecting a focus on well-being through technological innovation. Additionally, a report from Nikkei Asia reveals how fears of retaliation from Beijing are causing self-censorship among UK-based Chinese scholars, leading to a distorted academic landscape that hampers genuine understanding of China. The tension between economic dependence on Chinese students and academic freedom underscores the complex geopolitical and cultural dynamics influencing higher education, with concerns about censorship, surveillance, and the integrity of research casting a shadow over the future of Chinese studies abroad. The Globe and Mail reports a tragic series of events in the world of boxing, where two Japanese fighters, Shigetoshi Kotari and Hiromasa Yurikawa, succumbed to fatal brain injuries sustained during separate matches at Korakuen Hall in Tokyo. Both 28-year-olds had undergone surgeries for subdural hematomas after intense bouts, with Kotari fighting to a draw against Yamato Hata and Yurikawa losing to Yoji Saito by knockout. The boxing community mourns deeply, with organizations like the WBC and the World Boxing Organization expressing profound condolences and emphasizing the devastating loss of these promising athletes. This heartbreaking incident echoes the tragic death of Irish superfeatherweight John Cooney earlier this year, highlighting the dangerous risks inherent in the sport and sparking renewed calls for safety reforms. Meanwhile, the Toronto Star celebrates a different kind of victory, spotlighting 21-year-old gymnast Asher Hong's impressive performance at the U.S. Gymnastics Championships in New Orleans. Hong, a member of the bronze-winning team at last summer's Paris Olympics, secured his second national title with a commanding two-day score of 170.020, showcasing his exceptional strength and consistency across multiple events like floor, vault, and still rings. Despite a rare misstep on the high bar, Hong's dominance was clear, and he became only the 13th man to win multiple national titles. The competition was fierce behind him, with Frederick Richard narrowly edging out Fuzzy Benes for second place, even as Richard made a bold statement by opting for unconventional gray shorts and leggings to modernize the sport's image. The event also marked the retirement of Paul Judah, another key figure in the sport's future, leaving the gymnastics scene poised for exciting developments ahead. In the UK, the focus shifted from athletic achievements to political activism, as London's Metropolitan Police detained nearly 470 protesters during a demonstration against the government's ban on Palestine Action, a group accused of militant protests against UK military installations. The protest, held in Parliament Square, saw demonstrators waving Palestinian flags and chanting slogans like "Hands off Gaza," expressing solidarity with Palestinians amid ongoing tensions over Israel's military operations in Gaza. The police's mass arrests, including supporters of the banned organization and individuals accused of assaulting officers, underscore the tense climate surrounding the issue. The ban, which criminalizes membership with up to 14 years in prison, faces legal challenges from group co-founder Huda Amori, who is contesting its legitimacy. This unrest illustrates the deep divisions and heightened activism surrounding the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, with public demonstrations reflecting widespread concern over recent military actions and human rights allegations. The Globe and Mail reports on Mohammed Salah's outspoken criticism of UEFA's brief tribute to Souleymane El Abeid, the Palestinian footballer known as the Palestinian Pelé. Salah, a prominent Egyptian football star, questioned UEFA's silence on the circumstances of El Abeid's death, which was caused by an Israeli strike targeting civilians in Gaza. While UEFA praised El Abeid's talent and hope he inspired among children in Gaza, Salah challenged the organization to reveal more about how, where, and why he died, emphasizing the importance of acknowledging the tragic details behind such losses. The Palestinian Football Association highlighted that over 300 members of their football community have been killed in the ongoing Gaza conflict, which erupted after Hamas's deadly attack on Israel in October 2023, leading to a devastating Israeli military campaign that has razed neighborhoods, displaced millions, and caused widespread suffering, with the UN reporting over 1,000 casualties near aid sites since May. Meanwhile, the Globe and Mail also details the arrest of Jonathan Gendron at Montreal's Trudeau International Airport, marking a significant breakthrough in Canada's efforts to apprehend fugitives. Wanted since 2022 for murder and drug trafficking, Gendron was identified as the 10th most wanted criminal in Canada and was apprehended as he returned to the country. Police from multiple agencies, including the Charité du Québec and the Canada Border Services Agency, coordinated the arrest, which followed a series of warrants issued in Saskatoon. Gendron's case underscores the ongoing challenges of tracking and capturing high-profile fugitives, and he is scheduled to appear in court in Montreal, illustrating the persistent pursuit of justice within Canada's criminal justice system. In a different vein, Yahoo US highlights recent research shedding light on the ecological impact of feeding wildlife. New studies reveal that feeding animals can have detrimental effects that often outweigh any potential benefits. Researchers emphasize that such human interventions can disrupt natural behaviors, cause dependency, and lead to negative health outcomes for wildlife. These findings challenge the common perception that feeding animals is harmless or beneficial, urging a reconsideration of human-wildlife interactions. The evidence underscores that well-intentioned efforts to help may inadvertently harm the very creatures they aim to assist, prompting conservationists and the public to think more critically about wildlife management practices. The Globe and Mail reports that BC Hydro has completed the Site C Dam project ahead of schedule, marking a significant milestone for British Columbia's energy sector. This massive infrastructure, which began construction in 2015 and faced considerable controversy and rising costs, now boasts the ability to generate 1,100 megawatts of clean electricity, enough to power 500,000 homes annually. Minister Adrian Dix emphasizes that this project is a cornerstone in the province's strategy to meet growing demand and environmental goals, with additional renewable initiatives like wind energy projects already underway. Despite its hefty $16 billion price tag and initial opposition, Site C's completion signifies a pivotal moment in BC's transition towards sustainable energy, promising reliable, affordable power for generations to come. Meanwhile, BBC explores the paradox of Peru's impressive solar energy capacity contrasted with the persistent darkness faced by local residents near the Ruby and Clemency solar plants. These sprawling complexes, which produce enough electricity to serve hundreds of thousands of homes, are situated in an area where the local community remains disconnected from the national grid. Despite government efforts and investments, such as building dedicated lines and installing underground cables, residents like Rosa and Ruben still live without reliable electricity. Their homes, built from scrap materials and illuminated only by solar torches, highlight the stark inequality and infrastructural neglect that hinder equitable access to renewable energy benefits. This story underscores the challenge of translating large-scale renewable projects into tangible improvements for marginalized communities, revealing a gap between energy production and social development. The Independent reports a fascinating discovery: a meteorite that struck a home in Georgia in June is estimated to be over 4.56 billion years old, predating Earth itself. Scientist Scott Harris from the University of Georgia has analyzed fragments of the space rock, identifying it as a low-metal ordinary chondrite from the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. The meteorite's impact created a small crater and scattered dust throughout the homeowner's living room, providing a rare glimpse into the early solar system's history. This event, part of Georgia's growing list of recovered meteorites, illustrates how modern technology and public vigilance are enhancing our understanding of space objects and their journeys through the cosmos, connecting us to the ancient origins of our planetary neighborhood. According to the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Australia faces a significant shortage of outside school hours care (OSHC) services, especially in rural and regional areas. The Sydney Policy Lab's mapping reveals dark regions with fewer care spots per student, highlighting disparities across states and territories. For example, in Perth, only 17% of primary students have access to OSHC, and in far west New South Wales, less than 10% of students can receive care. The situation is particularly dire in areas like Broken Hill, where only 3 services serve over 1,600 students. This shortage hampers parents' ability to work full-time, forcing them to seek flexible arrangements or rely on grandparents, which impacts workforce participation. Tasmania's Lansdowne Crescent Primary School exemplifies the benefits of quality local care, emphasizing screen-free, old-school fun and community engagement. Experts advocate for on-site services at schools, better funding, and improved staff standards to ensure high-quality care that supports parental employment and child development. Meanwhile, the Toronto Star reports a tragic incident at the CDC headquarters in Atlanta, where Patrick Joseph White, a man disturbed by his distrust of COVID-19 vaccines, opened fire, killing Officer David Rose and wounding others. White's father reportedly told police that his son was upset over the death of his dog and fixated on vaccine harms, which fueled his violent outburst. The attack was fueled by misinformation and a climate of distrust towards federal health agencies, worsened by political rhetoric and funding cuts under previous administrations. CDC employees, already anxious about job security amid political disputes and budget reductions, are now living in fear of targeted violence. The incident underscores the dangerous consequences of vaccine skepticism and misinformation, with White's neighbor describing his persistent vaccine-related fears and his belief that vaccines caused harm. The tragedy leaves behind a grieving family and raises urgent concerns about security and the impact of misinformation on public health and safety. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Great dragon wakes ancient streets, beating change with modern beats. Cities rise and towers peak, new dawn breaking, bold and sleek. From the Great Wall to Shanghai, progress moves as kites fly high. Tech and trade, it's all in play, future shines brighter every day. Great dragon roars, change the cars, marching strong with mighty force. New era, new wave, fast-paced day, history made in bold display. Politicians make their plea, voices blend in harmony. Policies for growth and peace, ambitions never cease. Dreams of silk and digital, bridging gaps from old to new. Fortunes build and bonds renew, nations strengthen, bold review. Traditions hold, but minds explore, east meets west and knowledge door. Complex world they navigate, China's power demonstrates. From the Great Wall to Shanghai, progress moves as kites fly high. Tech and trade, it's all the play, future shines brighter every day. Great dragon roars, change the course, marching strong with mighty force. New era, new way, fast-paced day, history made in bold display. Politicians make their plea, voices blend in harmony. Policies for growth and peace, ambitions their growth and peace. New era, new way, fast-paced day, history made in bold display. History made in bold display. Politicians make their plea, voices blend in harmony. Policies for growth and peace, ambitions never cease. Dreams of silk and digital, bridging gaps from old to new. Fortunes build and bonds renew,